The list is down to 7 suspects. How equally each of those guys can be Red John?
Well, I'm not sure. We'll find out. The idea is that we've narrowed it down to 7 so that now we at least give the audience something tangible to hang on to. And from there, it's a process of elimination. The most intriguing comment I've heard is that possibly Lisbon is Red John. You know, I don't know, everyone has their different theories of who Red John is, and you know, some people have suggested that maybe Jane is Red John and he's just a sort of you know, a psychopathic narcissist, which I thought was kind of a good idea, but be fun to play. But no, that's not the case.
So Owain and Amanda are leaving pretty soon. On the season 6. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's strange, it's sad. I mean, are we now talking about season 6?
That's okay, because they know about that, you know, yeah.
Oh, they do
this
know
is
about
confusing, yeah, but I know.
Yeah, well, most of the fans watch it on BitTorrents anyway, which is annoying and not great for copyright reasons. It's piracy and all of that stuff. Yeah, we're sitting in a set that is a kind of a, you know, it's already ahead of the curve for where you guys are. They're still shooting the show now, Owen and Amanda, and we're in season 6 and we're up to episode 12, so they don't go for a while. But the idea of them leaving is interesting. It's a strange feeling because we've been sort of a family for 6 years, 5.5 years now, and yeah, it is a strange feeling. We have other actors coming in, and I know it's refreshing and kind of sad in a nostalgic way as well.
So the people in America knows who Red John he is?
Not really my decision to make on who it is or who it isn't. I mean, to me, the character of Red John represents something so strong and powerful within the character of Patrick Jane. So it's not about which guy he is, it's just about finding him, you know. So there's always an element of you create this mythology around a character where he's this evil arch nemesis that is playing games with you constantly for 5.5 seasons, but essentially there's always going to be a level of disappointment because it's just a person. So I never really focused on who Red John is. I've always focused more on, well, what happens when Jane is face to face with Red John. The most unexpected moment of 2013. Hopefully something will jump into mind. If any of you come up with anything, let me know. There's so many moments, you know. I don't know. I can't give you one.
No problem. Then you're going to have to speak French if you don't want to give me one moment.
Oh, jeez.
Can you just say for the readers, bonjour au lecteur de Tele-Star.
Au lecteur
de Tele-Star. Bonjour.
Le Tele-Star?
Oui, de Tele-Star.
Le Tele-Star.
Voilà.
You're going to have to hold up a cue card for me. Bonjour what?
Au lecteur.
What's au lecteur?
Lecteur readers.
Au lecteur.
Lecteur, yeah. Readers.
Oh, lecteur, not au lecteur.
No, O, it means O-A-U-X, and then lecteur. It's
au lecteur
de Tele-Star.
de Tele-Star.
Voilà.
Bonjour au lecteur de Tele-Star.
Voilà, that's good.
Voilà.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Au revoir.
When you finally got to kill Red John, first as an actor, were you in a different mode as you never been before, and as a human being, what did you feel to get to that point?
Okay, well, leading up to it as an actor, there was an enormous expectation because it's been the focus forever. So And you know, I just knew that there'd be sort of a great expectation of what that altercation would be like. But then, you know, as a person and then acting in that moment, you really just have to kind of believe in the circumstances and let yourself go and try not to think too much about the externals, and approach it from inside. I don't know. I work from my gut, from my heart. I try not to work from any other places. I understand things technically because I've been doing this for so many years, acting and working in.
I think he needs to find another strong opponent, not to the point of Red John probably because this is one of a kind, but does he still need to find somebody to fight with?
I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. I think that at the close of the Red John chapter, and once the dust settles in My Blue Heaven, I think that there's a realization that what's important to him in his life now are the people that he cares about. Mm-hmm. And without saying too much, it's pretty obvious who he cares most about. Mm-hmm. And I think he's kind of an optimist, so I don't know that he necessarily needs another great arch nemesis because that's sort of repeating the same beats. Mm-hmm. I would think it's repeating the same beats, but who knows?
What has been the the most important comment your wife made that you can share with us on that journey?
This is a double-edged sword to working in network television. An episodic show where we do 22, first 4 years we did 24 episodes a year. It takes a lot of your time and it takes a lot of your energy. So the most important thing that I've noticed with my family, although we're all immensely grateful for the success of the show and the benefits that we've received from that success, but also my family's been incredibly gracious with the amount of time that I've spent at work because I spend an incredible amount of time at work.
The most surprising fan of The Mentalist, somebody in your family, somebody that you would have never expected.
The most surprising fan?
Yeah, somebody that...
Oh, geez. There's been a couple of people that were kind of interesting. Oh.
Somebody well-known, somebody unknown, doesn't matter, but...
Okay, so I did the Jimmy Fallon show in New York. Mm-hmm. I don't know, was it a month ago? It was about a month ago or something, leading up to the Red John episode. It was like 3 episodes away of the episode called Red John, right? And John McCain, Senator John McCain, was the next guest on after me on the show. And after we did the gig on the Fallon show, we're it's at the Rockefeller Center in New York. And I was in the elevator and John McCain came in. It was just me and John McCain and, you know, my publicist and his sort of minder. And he said to me, "So you're going to get the bastard." And I said, "Oh, you watch the show?" He goes, "Oh yeah, my wife and I love the show." And that was, to me, that was pretty funny. That was pretty interesting. Because I don't, you know, I come to work here, I don't, if I'm not here, I'm at home.
So you don't
if I'm not at home in LA, I'm in Australia, or I'm doing sort of press for the show somewhere, or I'm, you know, working on something else. So I don't get that much contact with the people that watch the show. You know, other than Instagram is the only sort of social media that I do.
When this show is over, which is not the case, who do you think is going to miss the most Patrick Jane, you or the viewers?
Geez, I can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm asking
don't
a
know.
very difficult question.
No, you're right. It's not that difficult. I'm just sort of a little slow. I need a cup of coffee. Cafe noisette. I think I don't think I'm going to miss him because he's kind of in me, and I could pull him out whenever I want. But yeah, so I think it's probably going to be more the audience.
Okay. When you go, you've been to France many times. Were you never close to participate to a project, a French movie, something that you've been proposed? Or, I mean, after all this time, I'm pretty sure you get some proposition, and I don't know how's your French though, but...
My French is terrible.
It's terrible, but are you not close to do something over there?
I really would like to do something over there because I think the French film business is one of the best in the world as far as being able to maintain a cultural, artistic quality as well as being able to sustain itself commercially. The system that they have placed in France for filmmaking is, I think it's the best. I think I would love if Australia would have the same system in place. You know, you guys have a respect for the art of filmmaking, and it shows in the systems that you have in place. But yeah, no, I would love to do something. I love European film in general. It's not as it's more ambiguous, let's say, than more of the American cinema.